Hello, fellow Avon representatives. This is Carrie Kelly coming to you again with another video. Welcome to my channel, TLC Avon Beauty and Things. I recently posed a question to my team members about how could I possibly help them be more successful. One of the answers I received was, or should I say a question, was how do I balance my business with everything else? And yes, I've mentioned work here, but the representative also meant with my children, husband, and family, which includes my mother. She knows that I work 2 jobs, and my children have activities, and I'm a mother again to a 5-month-old now. And so I decided to put a video together for her to answer her question, and thought that maybe it could answer questions for others too. So maybe you've thought about the same question. How do you balance everything else and your business? Personally, these are my thoughts. You have to have a drive, first of all, in order to be successful in your business. If you don't have that drive, well, that's it. You're not going to be successful in your business. In Avon, 1 or 2 books may be okay for that personal shopper, that person who just wants to sell to family or friends or their neighbors. But for someone who wants to make it a career choice for later in life, or even for the moment to make some decent money, you have to have the drive in order to do your business. And along with drive becomes determination. Determination is going to push you to drive for your business. One of my mottos is, if you want something bad enough, you're going to do what you need to do in order to get it. If you want to play basketball in school, you're going to practice for it. If you want to land a new job, you're going to at least put in applications. You can't get somewhere without initially trying to make the first step. Then, in my mind, that takes energy. Not necessarily being pumped up on B12 or anything, but to put forth the effort to do what you need to do, to put forth the effort to be determined, which determination is going to push your drive. You have to have a belief that you can do your business. When you first sign up for Avon, it may seem all glorious, and it was only a little bit of money to start up because you started at maybe $10 or $15, even $25. But as any new business, and you may realize this with some new places that may have opened near you, whether it's a new store or a new restaurant, that you have that initial rush because people want it and it's new, and then eventually it just becomes a steady flow of customers. But at the same time, such as companies do as far as advertising, whether it's Walmart or Target or whoever, you can also advertise your business. So you have to have that belief that you can reach new customers, also remain steady, but also make your money. But with making money is also having those customers. So you have to have the belief that you can have the energy to do those things, the determination to make it, and then the determination to have the drive in order to do it. And then you have to have the presence. And by presence, I mean being present in your business. If you are absent from your business, therefore not taking part of anything, then your business is going to suffer. You're not going to make any money. You're not going to have any new customers. Have a presence with your customers to make sure they're satisfied, or what can you do to better serve them. And then if you're the person who's building a team, have a presence with your team members so that way they'll know that you are there for them and you want them to succeed also. So the truth, and this is only in my eyes, let me know if you disagree or not in the comments below, but you have to have a harmony. And that harmony can be a little difficult maybe sometimes. Other ideas though, I once heard a lady, if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube state that she would do her business at home, of course. And when her children were out of school, she would have just a special little toy box of toys they could only play with when she was working. And that made it even more exciting to them because they could not get those toys any other time unless she was working. Then you have family. I am blessed to have a mother who helps me. My husband helps me, and even my children. And I say my children because I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and it can be as simple as them stamping books, putting my promotional stickers on the front, bagging them up for me as far as when I get ready to pass them out or when we're going to toss books, or even just putting the books in my customer deliveries bags. They are willing to help me. And not only are they doing that, but we're also spending time together too. And besides, they both think it's fun to use my stamper because I have a self-inking stamper. Then you can possibly have friends. And by friends, I mean those people who, well, of course, the true friends, but I mean more of a sense like if you have someone, let's say, who works at McDonald's, or have someone who works at a hospital, if that person is helping you by taking books to their places of work, ask them, instead of you being that delivery person, ask them, would they be the go-to person? I have a girl that I graduated with, and she works at my local EMS station. And when I get orders from that EMS station, she is my go-to person. So when I get the orders, she gives me the orders. And when I get the products in, she gets the products and passes them out, and she passes me the money. I don't talk to anyone else. Yes, I do know the other people. And so that way when deals or anything may come around that I know that they're used to buying or they would like to have, they've told me to look out for, I let them know. And if they're not at work, I just politely let her know to tell them. But I only deal with that one person. That's how she helps me. Doesn't necessarily get any easier. Some people are good at putting things down on calendars. I'm a horrible person at that. I do task lists. I did a coaching program with my coach, Stephen, when we did the trial version. And by talking with him and speaking with him, we determined that it was best for me if I do tasks. We're not going to put something down as far as time for me because of how I work and how long I work. So as long as I've gotten a few tasks done off of my list for the day, I have accomplished something. I don't feel like I've done nothing. People have write to-do lists. God forbid if I write one, I'd probably lose it. That's just how bad I am about it. There are several apps that you can use on your phone to keep track of to-do lists if that's necessary for you. Some people are good with keeping up with their lists in general. Then in the midst of all that, well, what about, your child having soccer practice, your little girl having dance rehearsal, your son or even your husband possibly has a baseball game, football game. We're going to the football game on Friday night. Well, what about we're going to the movies on Saturday? Well, I'm not off until Labor Day. Well, all of that factors in too. But then sometimes when you are, whether if you're a stay-at-home mom, people might think it's a little bit easier, but one thing I do realize, or maybe some of you realize too, that your housework is never done. Or should I say, being that stay-at-home mom, you still have work to do. It's not as easy as some people may think it is to stay at home. And if you're the person that works, whether it's a 7 to 3 or a 9 to 5, 6 to 2 or 6:30 to 7, either way, morning or night, try to establish office hours. So let's say for me, for instance, I do clock in on my job at 6:30 in the morning. I leave roughly between 7 to 7:30 in the evening. When I leave my job, I am done for the day. By the time I get home, whatever questions I can't have answered before I leave my work, I will sit in my car and text my people back, or rather I'm on my lunch break, however, or if I need to talk to someone, I will talk to them on my way home. But once I get home, that is my time that I have then is for my family. And I must admit, this was something hard for me to do because sometimes people need a little bit more attention than others. And then sometimes people don't ask for attention at all. But for those that do, and for those of you who want to have that team of those people to help, you will be able to distinguish who would need that help more than others. Some person may be able to wait till the next day while one person may not be able to. That would be a judgment call for you. So I would like to sum it up with this quote from Audrey Hepburn. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Final words. The business can be like seasons, and each season has a different meaning. Whether it's winter, summer, spring, or fall, you can make them all good seasons for your business. Please don't forget to follow me, whether it's on Twitter, this YouTube channel, Facebook, or Pinterest, and also Instagram. Thank you for watching. Until next time.